Welcome back to Ferris Sports Update. Time to check in with Bulldog Hockey and joined by head coach Bob Daniels. And coach, first of all, welcome to the show.
Hey, good to be on, Rob.
Of course, I had a great weekend to kind of start off the season against Miami of Ohio with a couple shootout wins, but took out a very good opponent this past weekend in Western Michigan, which was ranked among the top 20 teams in the country.
Yeah, they were a good team, and they had lost quite a bit from the year before, but they obviously still have a lot of really quality players. And you know, I feel as though there were spurts there where we played well again this weekend. If we could sustain that, you know, I thought the weekend before against Miami, you know, we were on top of our game almost the entire time where, you know, we had a few periods, few moments each night where we weren't so good, and Western was good enough to make us pay for it.
Of course, Western Michigan, a home-and-home series traditionally, and nice to see this series really continue over the years.
Yeah, it is. You know, and it's the same with Miami. Both those schools we've had, you know, we're forever in the CCHA together. Now that we're in different conferences, we still play each other twice a year, each of those schools, and it's good hockey, and it makes a lot of sense. We're what, hour and 40 minutes away from Western Michigan, so for them and for us, our fans are very familiar with each other's school. We draw well. Like this year, our game on Saturday against Western was impacted. We're on fall break, and so we didn't get the student section we normally get. But usually, if we're not on fall break, we'll have good attendance against both those schools.
As we go to the highlights, started out on Friday night playing in Kalamazoo, and never an easy place to play at Lawson Ice Arena.
No, I wish they were on fall break. I mean, their student section is really good. It's loud, and it's like ours. You know, they give their team a lift, and early on you can see they're getting some chances. They're fired up. It's their home opener. You know, I thought as the game went on, I thought in the first, particularly, I thought we played very well in the second. You know, but we fall behind and we're chasing the game, but. Had some good performances too. I thought Noah West played well again in net, and you know, Travis Shouty continues to play very well for us.
This being the first road game of the year, a number of your freshmen, some of the transfers that came in playing their first game out here on the road as a Bulldog.
Yeah, and you know, we're getting a lot of really good hockey from our younger guys, you know, or our transfers in, like Gavin Best is playing really well for us. Max Inagaki's playing well. So, you know, we're getting good hockey. And we also have gotten good play from Xavier Jean-Louis, who's really, you know, we brought him in not really knowing what to expect, and he's played very well for us on defense. On Saturday night, we were able to dress some freshmen that hadn't seen action at all and got a little bit of a lift from them.
Obviously, here in the second period, very competitive still, and still a very tight game here in the second period of play.
Yeah, it's 2-1. We're on the power play. You can see that we're getting a really good chance on goal. We haven't scored a power play goal yet this year, but it's not for lack of opportunities. We're getting our scoring chances. So, you know, I do feel good about that. We go into the third period now. The score is 2-1. We're right in the game. And like I say, there's just moments here where we start to lapse, and we end up ultimately paying for it. Here, you know, there's a turnover at the blue, bang, back of our net. You know, so 10 minutes to go, it's a one-goal game now all of a sudden. Then we turn another puck over just inside our blue line, and, you know, it's 2 in a row. We turn over steps from being out of our end, and you can't have that. And it's, you know, one of the things we're continuing to work with our guys on. And of course, we scored only 1 goal Friday and 1 goal on Saturday. We'll have to get more than that, but particularly in Saturday's game, I thought we had a lot of really good looks, a lot of good opportunities, and our goaltender Sukinski, freshman, I think he was unbelievable, you know, really good. He looked really comfortable. He didn't overexert himself in terms of when he made a save. He was in second position for a rebound opportunity, and you know, I came away very impressed with him.
As we go to the highlights of game number 2 on Saturday, how did you handle the travel going? Playing down in Kalamazoo and then having to come back home and play the second night?
And you know what? It's not too bad, really. It's, like I said, hour and 40. And, you know, a lot of times after the games, the players can't fall asleep right away. It's, you know, I would say on average it's around 1, 2 in the morning when the guys can finally fall asleep after a game. It just takes a while to calm down. And so, you know, we're spending that time on the bus anyway, so it really wasn't too bad at all.
Broke out the new black uniforms here against the Broncos at home on Saturday night, and kind of a nice treat for the fans.
Yeah, But again, fashion's really not my game, and I know you know that as well as anyone. I don't know. I know these are it's the in thing now, and the fans love them, especially our younger fans. And they say black makes you look slimmer, so maybe that's a good thing.
Obviously, Western Michigan kind of picked up where they did in the third period the night before, got off to a good start, and got a couple goals in the first period.
Yeah, that's the first period was the period that probably at the weekend that bothered me. I thought we'd come out harder. It almost looked like we were a little tentative. As time goes on, though, they did score the third goal to start, but that was broken play. Our kids stepped on the puck and it went right to one of their guys. But we settled in and we played much better as the game went on. Like I say, though, we just couldn't find a solution for Slakinski in net.
Of course, we mentioned earlier, and we talked about it before we went on the air, a number of freshmen that saw their first action here over the course of the weekend.
Yeah, and Logan Haru played on defense for us both nights, his first 2 collegiate games. He's a big, strong kid. We knew Western was a big physical team, so we thought that would be a good matchup to get him in there. And he really played well. He came away even on the weekend, meaning, in the plus-minus. He was on the ice for one goal against, so I thought he played exceptionally well. Luke Lisko also played for us on Saturday, his first game, and I thought he played very well along with Jack Silich. Now, interesting thing about Luke Lisko, his father was the goaltender here at Ferris my first year as a head coach, so it's good to have his dad, and then now it's great to have his son play for us.
Of course, here Western will get the goal here in this third period, but your kids never quit, and we'll see Ferris State get on the board here in the third period of play.
Yeah, and it was good to see Cole Bird score this goal. That's obviously he transferred from Western, so I probably felt good for him to score that goal against Western Michigan.
Now you kind of put this weekend behind you, and you get ready, a long road trip here out to St. Lawrence for this weekend series.
Yeah, it's a long trip, but it's a good trip, and St. Lawrence is one of the assistant coaches, or the associate head coach there is Tommy Hill, who was the captain on our national finalist team back in 2012. So it'll be good to go out there and play. It'll be really good to get out there and see Tommy Hill.
This is an opponent you guys have seen in recent years as well, and obviously the type of series that will prepare you for the start of CCHA play next week.
Well, I think we've had a chance now to watch St. Lawrence on video. A lot of respect for the coaches and the job they do. They're going to play hard, but I think that it'll be 2 pretty evenly matched teams out there. So this will be good prep for us as we get ready for Bemidji the following weekend.
Well, Coach, thanks for the time, and safe travels out to New York, and come back with a couple wins this weekend.
Sounds good, Rob.
That'll do it for Ferris Sports Update. Reminder, you can follow all the action online at ferrisstatebulldogs.com. Have a great week.